Welcome back to Lambs and Rams. And before we get started, remember to like and subscribe. And today we're going to show you what it's like as the first few weeks as a lamb. Throughout the day and night, we check the ewes to see if any are in labor or if any of them have given birth.
Oh, good job, Mama. We're gonna have to help her, but she got it done.
We got one.
One of the things that we try to do right after a baby is born is dip the umbilical cord in iodine. So we trim it down to about 2.5, 3 inches, and then dip it in iodine. That helps keep infection from traveling up the umbilical cord and ending up in the joints. So that's one of the most common illnesses that a young lamb can get is navel ill, which is a bacteria that travels the umbilical cord and then ends up in the joints, and a systemic infection. They end up dying, and so we try to dip them. The iodine prevents bacteria, and then it also dries out the umbilical cord so nothing can get through it. So, yeah.
Smile for the camera.
Pretend like you like it.
No.
Alright, set it back there. Alright, Rand, should we go get some nachos? Show them your hand. Let's go eat some nachos.
Most lambs, when they're first born, will struggle to get milk from their moms. When the lamb is first born, the ewe will produce some of the most nutritious milk that it will produce in that lambing cycle. So it's super important that these lambs get this nutritious milk.
If you want to fight me, this would be a lot easier.
Eventually he had figured it out and he was drinking on his own. On around the third day, we tagged the lamb and put the elastic on the tail.
So there's a lot of different ways to do it, but sheep, if they're going to reproduce, have to have a scrapie tag with our flock number, and our flock number is that 0438. So it's a scrapie, which doesn't even hardly exist, but
It's a disease. Yeah.
but it's a disease. So if they find it, they want to be able to track which flock it came from. So.
After the lambs grow up for a few days, they are put on the other side of the barn where we still have access to them if there's any problems. Once they grow up a little bit more, they come to one of our other barns where they love to play.
Now all they have to do is grow up. Even then, you gotta watch like that one that's hunched up. Like,
Oh,
is
yeah.
it hunched up because it's cold or is something wrong? Is it getting enough to eat?
Just trying to play, huh? That big one just flies over the wheel.
Oh, the big one's lost his tail.
Yeah.
Sometimes a mama ewe will reject or not have enough milk for a lamb. One way to help this lamb survive is bottle feeding. You mix a dehydrated sheep milk with some warm water, which you feed to the lamb. You can also transplant the lamb onto another ewe. The way you do this is to get a piece of placenta from the mama ewe that you're transplanting to. You then rub the placenta all over the new lamb with some water. The ewe will feel like it has given birth again and will take in the new lamb.
Have you ever had this not work?
Yeah. Sometimes we, either the ewe with the lamb that we're trying to add another lamb to, if it's been too long, or sometimes they're just super alert and they like, I only had one and I'm leaving here with one. So don't try to trick me. But a lot of times with the warm water, it's a lot more effective. So it's our most effective technique that we have. So one of the things that we do, so when we check the ewe, we go into the uterus and make sure that there's not a second lamb, and that does two things for us. First, we make sure that there's not a second lamb, because if there's a second lamb, then we don't want to add a third one. So if there's no second lamb, also having a hand in the uterus and kind of manipulating it a little bit gives the ewe the sensation that she is delivering a second lamb, and so that kind of helps the process as well. So. And she's looking blue.
Thanks for watching this episode of Lambs and Rams. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Lambs and Rams.